Hello, today is 8/20 of 25 and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently 9 a.m. and I am getting ready to make our dinner. So I am going to be making a chicken chili recipe in my slow cooker. After this, I will make my coffee. So I'm going to make it with 1 cup of silk unsweetened coconut milk, a serving of collagen peptides advanced, a serving of Naked Brand Whey isolate protein powder. I really like this because it mixes in really well. And then a packet of salty brand Coco Loco flavor electrolytes to add some flavor. That's what I like when I have my coconut milk and to get some electrolytes in. And then I will also be having a donut from a local bakery that makes gluten-free, sugar-free donuts. This is a carrot donut. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through making this chili. I've never had it, so we'll see how it tastes. All right, so I've got about a pound and a half of boneless, skinless chicken breast in here. I am going to add to this, the original recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of either bacon grease or coconut oil, but I know for our family that's just going to be too much fat. So, but I don't want to add none because I think it might do something for it. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon to it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe that's still too much, or maybe I feel like, oh, we need the whole 1/4 cup, but I'm just going to start with that. And then I'm going to add some cauliflower. Now, the original recipe calls for 12 ounces of cauliflower florets. And then I'm going to blend this with the immersion blender. So I'm actually just going to use riced cauliflower instead. I just feel like that'll be easier to like blend with the immersion blender. And then the original recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of chopped onion, but I don't have any onion. So I'm going to use some dried onion. It's probably about a tablespoon of dried onion. And I need some garlic. I need 2 cloves, which means I need 2 teaspoons of my pre-minced garlic, which I've got my measuring spoons right here. And then the recipe calls for 4 ounces of green chilies. I don't have any green chilies. I thought I did. So I'm just actually going to use some salsa verde and pour about a 1/4 cup into my pot. And I need 1 jalapeno that has been minced. So I'm actually using some pre-diced jalapeno. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of this. I need a teaspoon of salt. And 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. And then I need a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. All right, there we go. I'm going to get this onto my slow cooker. It needs to cook on low for 4 to 6 hours. So I'll be back. What I'll need to do once it is done cooking is I will take the chicken out and then I will blend this with the immersion blender and shred the chicken, put the chicken back in, and then I'll give it a try. So I'll be back to let you know how it is. It is 12:30 and I am ready for lunch. So I have 2 eggs that I scrambled in a little bit of butter, salt and pepper. I have 3 sausage patties, which are the Purnell Old Folks sausage patties. I love these. And then I have 6 slices of bacon. Actually, I only have 3 slices here. I'm going to grab some more. I'm baking it in my oven. And then I have a 1/2 cup of blackberries. I'm also going to try this syrup. Every once in a while, I just get a hankering for syrup. So I got this sugar-free Hungry Jack syrup. Not good ingredients, so I'm not even going to pretend that. But it does have 0 net carbs and 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. Yeah, that's not bad. That'll definitely do like when I just really want some syrup, which isn't very often. I didn't eat syrup a lot when I like before I change my diet. But this will be a good substitute for every once in a while when I want some. All right, so this is what my chili looks like after I blended it, which was super easy, and shredded my chicken. It's pretty good. I feel a little bit like it's lacking flavor. Like it's a nice flavor. I just wish there was a little bit more of it, so maybe just a little more salt. But it's a decent chili, and it's actually like not super thin. Like it's not thick, but it's not super thin, which is what I thought it would be. But with that cauliflower in there, that's really nice. And I don't find that it's too fatty for me. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, that's gonna make me sick. So the amount of fat that I put in there, that 1 tablespoon, I think is going to be great. So I think it'll be really good with some sliced avocado. Like that sounds fantastic. But I think I'm just going to add a little bit of cotija cheese. Again, just because I feel like it needs just a little more salt, and that's a salty product. So I think I'm going to put that on top. I am finishing off my meal with some Okios yogurt. This is their 000. So it has no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and no fat in it, which the fat is not a problem. It's blueberry flavor. I really like this one. The calories are 90 calories with 55 milligrams of sodium, 8 carbs. So it's, not low carb, but I made it fit into my day. Like that's why I didn't have Fairlife whole milk this morning, and 15 grams of protein. And so then also today, my husband had this Quest bar, which is the crispy cookies and cream version of it. I was actually kind of surprised at how much I liked it. It wasn't bad. Now, it's not the greatest ingredients. It's got a protein blend, allulose, soluble corn fiber, palm kernel oil, there we go, water, erythritol, cocoa processed with alkali, sodium caseinate, unsweetened chocolate, and then salt, natural flavors, lectin, sucralose, butter, palm oil, and carrageenan. So not great ingredients. Particularly like the erythritol, like that'll make me sick. I really just had like not even a whole bite, like it was like half a bite, but I was actually kind of surprised at how much I like that. So, if the ingredients don't bother you, like this actually could be, I think something that would be kind of good to have, like as a treat, and get some protein in, or if you needed a protein bar for some reason, like this could, maybe be a good option for you. It was actually pretty good. Not as sweet as I thought that it was going to be. It was kind of nice. So I ended up with about 1,700 calories today. My protein is 167, my net carbs are 30, and my fat is 94. So I'm in a caloric deficit right now of about 400 calories, and that is just fine for me. I don't mind that much of a caloric deficit. So I had a pretty good day today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.